Hey everybody, it's Papa Darby. I want to tell you about my friends Glass Alice. They're this awesome grunge band. Do you remember grunge from the 90s? Fucking Pearl Jam, Soundgarden, Alice in Chains. These guys have a new song called Gravity on Spotify. Go right now and check them out. They're awesome. They're also headlining at Stella's Music Club on November 22nd this week and opening for Pyrite Sidewalks in Canton, Ohio on December 10th. For more information on Glass Alice, you can go to their Facebook page, their Twitter page, or you can check them out at glassalice.com. Fuck yeah, guys. Deuces. So you're having some computer trouble there, huh?
Yeah, it's being a real pain in my ass this morning.
Fuck computers. We don't need them.
It was running slow and freezing up and everything, so I restarted it. And then I got stuck on the do not turn off your computer screen for probably close to 10 minutes.
Motherfucker.
And finally I decided that no fucking machine's going to tell me what to do, and I shut it off.
Did it get stopped at the that 29% mark like it always fucking does?
It didn't even make it to that point.
Oh, no shit.
Like when you click restart, it pops up with that blue screen that says about restarting, do not shut off your computer or whatever, right? Like the very first screen it comes to. And it got stuck there for probably 10 minutes.
Your computer's a bitch.
It is.
Didn't you just get that though? Like, didn't you get that for the show? Like a year ago? Not even a year
Yeah,
ago?
I got this like February, March, probably.
Damn. I'm sure it's just some updates.
It's also like a $250 computer, too. It's not like I went out and dropped a ton of money on this thing.
Yeah, but I mean, still.
Yeah, you would expect better from that.
Yeah. So I was looking at the news, and did you hear about this?
Of course you were.
There is a cat in a Texas shelter that has been placed in solitary for repeatedly freeing his. I'm going to try that again. There is a cat in a Texas shelter who was placed in solitary for repeatedly freeing his fellow felines.
He was doing what to his fellow felines?
Freeing them, like letting them go.
Oh, freeing them. Okay.
Yeah. So this freedom-loving cat.
Does this cat have a big red and white striped hat or something?
Oh, now I'm sorry. That took me a second.
Took you a second.
It should. Like, we should probably send him one, from Higher Minds podcast. But yeah, no, this cat apparently has a history of being able to open doors, and like his home, his like home from where he came from, he was known for letting the other dogs and cats and even the kids out when they're not supposed to.
I wonder how this little asshole cat ended up in a shelter.
Asshole cat. I say this is a freedom-loving American cat. We need to give that cat some guns.
Yeah, but I would not want to own a cat that was letting out my dog and my kids and my other cats and.
Yeah, that cat's a douche.
Like, more power to him for being a little freedom fighter, but fuck you, cat.
So I want to say on here, so it's in the article, I forget what the fucking article it was. It's on the website's bio. The cat says, "I do know that I like to open closed doors. When I see one, it challenges me, and I had to work hard to get it open, and I have to work hard to get it open, and I'm usually successful." The article goes on to state of his imprisonment is his roommates missed him while he was banished to the lobby. So, yeah, they enjoy their nighttime escapades around the shelter. And then, when...
This reminds me of a story I read about an octopus a while back.
Oh, yeah.
That was consistently getting out of its tank and fucking shit up. Like,
yeah, and what...
Octopuses are way too smart.
And they're creepy as fuck. I mean, go octopi, but fuck that. But the rest of the article goes on to state that one of the owners of the or one of the caretakers of the shelter says, quote, he is being a spicy a-hole now because he is once again contained. So fuck that caretaker. Just a freedom loving cat.
I'm picturing this cat with his fist in the air saying, let my people go.
It's got a little Che fucking t-shirt on.
I was thinking more like a Black Panther's beret, but yeah.
All right. They can have both. I mean, but yeah. So, this is Higher Minds Podcast. I'm Papa Darby.
And I'm Scott.
Hi, Scott. Hi, listeners.
Hi, Darby. Hi, listeners.
So what are we talking about today?
This one is actually a listener request, isn't it?
It is. And we got a message from that listener. His name is Chance Saley, and he requested a car movies episode, and so we happily obliged.
Yeah, he apparently liked the horror movie episode and wanted us to do cars too, and here we are. We're gonna do some fucking car movies.
Yeah. Let me so I asked him about like what he thought about it, and let me read you what he wrote. I think I sent you this in a text. So
Probably.
This is from Chance himself, not my words. One thought I've had several times is it takes 25 years for a car to be considered classic. It takes 50 years for it to be considered an antique. So technically, in 5 years, a Dodge Neon built in 2000 is a classic. Side note, I had one of those, like that year, that car.
Those are like among the worst cars ever built.
I
had a friend whose mom was an insurance person, and I guess like those have like the highest fatality crash.
Oh, seriously? I drove mine into the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, I killed mine. So he goes on to say, in my mind, a classic car is old like a Roadrunner or a Satellite, etc. So I just picture our future gearheads collecting some 2019 model car and taking it to a show as a classic ride. It's just crazy, LOL. You go to a car show to see some VW buses or some old hot rods, and our grandkids are going to go see the first Tesla 50 years from now and applaud it as an antique. So, thanks, Chance. That's a fun little thought.
Well, if you look even currently at it, hot rodding and muscle cars and everything have usually been the generation after when that car came out is what are the people modifying and everything. And if you look today, it's people modifying Teslas and shit like that, so it makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's not people who buy the car new that is usually the one modifying them. It's usually the second or third owner that's the one modifying them.
I would imagine partly out of necessity, and if you're going to have to repair it anyway, why not modify a little bit?
Well, it's like the first owner, it's still under warranty, so keep it all stock and shit, but once it's out of warranty,
yeah,
supercharge that bitch.
Fuck yeah. So, what was...
I was just watching something not long ago about, it was like the fastest Tesla or some shit.
There's a defective Tesla?
If I could find the time on it. Nah, this isn't going to find it. No, it was a 1320 video, which is a drag racing YouTube channel. And they were doing the power tour, and there was a Tesla ran like a 9 something, I think it was, in the quarter.
Cool.
That's fast. I know you're not a car guy. 9 seconds is the fast.
Oh, okay.
Anything 10 or low, or 10 or under, is respectable. Like, 9 is getting quick.
Cool. So, like, what would be the fastest?
Like, Top Fuels and shit like that. Funny cars and shit, they do them in a couple seconds. Like, 3-4 seconds.
Oh, you mean like the
Let's look at
those drag racers with the fire coming out the back? The angled ones with the low profile?
Yeah, with the engine behind the driver and everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about. What was your first car?
My first car was a 92, 93, 92, I think it was. Ford Tempo, 2-door.
I don't even know what that is.
It's a shitty little econo car.
Oh, okay. Like I don't think I've ever seen you in not like definitely nicer than average car. Like you're not rolling around in Bentleys or anything, but your car now is nice. It's up there.
Well, I have a Lincoln now. I had an Audi prior to that. I traded the Audi in on the Lincoln. But I've always been a car guy. I've always had big lifted trucks or nice luxury cars or fast cars or whatever.
Yeah.
There's so much fucking traffic here in Colorado that I switched to luxury. There's no point in having anything fast and fun. Might as well have something comfortable, sit in traffic.
Yeah, you're not going to drag down fucking 25.
No. No, the Audi I had was nice for the mountain roads and everything. It hugged the corners nice, but it was a tank in the snow, too.
Which is helpful.
But, I don't know. It was just an A4. It wasn't anything special.
Does your Lincoln doesn't have all-wheel drive or four-wheel drive, does it?
No, it's all-wheel drive.
Oh, it is?
It's a V6
okay.
all-wheel drive. Yeah.
My first car was a 1980 brown Dodge Diplomat. You know...
Diplomat. Yeah, a little K car, wasn't it?
No. You know the video Sabotage by Beastie Boys?
Yeah.
Those cars.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
That's the Bluesmobile.
Yeah, it is.
I don't know what year that one was.
I think the Bluesmobile was like a 70, like late 70s, and mine was like an 80. But yeah, mine was an old cop car. I got it at a cop auction.
That's what the Bluesmobile was.
Yep.
It had cop tires, cop suspension, cop engine.
Yep. What was the favorite car? The favorite car that you owned / rented?
I rented I don't remember what the exact model was. It was an AMG Mercedes one time.
Ooh.
I used to work for a rental company, so whenever something nice come in, I'd steal it for the weekend or whatever.
Ooh.
But yeah, it was an AMG bi-turbo V8, I think it was. It was fast.
Like
it was one of those cars that they scare you a little bit. Like you're afraid to see how fast they really are.
Did you were you in CO at the time?
Was I what?
In Colorado at the time?
Yeah. Yeah, I just took it for a weekend. Fucked around in the mountains for a little while.
Nice. That would have been fun. Yeah. So mine isn't nearly as cool as that, but I still loved it. I absolutely loved it. I think it's more the memories associated with it, though. But it was a what year was that? I think it was a 16 4Runner. Toyota 4Runner.
Yeah, I like the 4Runners.
Yeah.
I was actually looking at buying one of those when I was getting rid of my Audi, but they're so goddamn expensive here in Colorado. Like, you can't touch a 4Runner with under 100,000 miles on it for less than 30, probably.
Oh, wow. That is expensive. Damn.
Yeah, they hold their value real good.
I wonder if it's cheaper out in Ohio. Like, my car I have now is a Walmart version of the 4Runner. It's a Michi Outlander. But it's an 18.
I had one of those.
It's nice. I really like
I flew
it.
home to Ohio for a wedding and got one of those. It was garbage.
I like it.
I don't know how Mitsubishi's still in business.
What's that?
I don't know how Mitsubishi's still in business.
Don't you like their bikes? Didn't you say that once?
Mitsubishi doesn't make bikes. Honda makes bikes.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I like Honda motorcycles. I'm not a fan of Honda cars.
Oh. Well, I like it. It has all the features.
In case you can't tell, I'm the car guy and Darby is not. So.
No, yeah, I'm not. You're going to hear a lot of "that's cool" from me in this episode.
I imagine talking to you about cars is going to be like talking to my mom about cars.
Well, probably even worse because you've talked to your mom about cars, and I don't think we've ever had a car discussion.
No, because you're not a car guy.
Yeah, that's like
it's just me monologuing.
talking about golf with you. There's Tiger Woods.
Yeah, I know who Tiger Woods is.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know anything about golf either, but yeah.
Golf courses are a perfectly good waste of a rifle range.
Yeah. You're right.
Mm-hmm.
So, we're talking about car movie.
Let's start with the, what's your favorite car movie? Let's start at the beginning here.
So, do you want to do favorite car movie or favorite movie car?
Let's do car movie, then movie car.
Okay, because I only have one favorite car movie because I don't watch movies for cars. Like, yeah, it just doesn't. It's not a thing. But my favorite car movie is Gran Torino from 2008.
Ooh, good one.
Thank you.
Fucking Clint
Thank you.
Eastwood. That was
Yeah.
a beautiful car in that one too. Ford
It
Torino
was.
GT.
Let me tell you its stats, because I have stats for some of these, and this one's short, but so Walt Kowalski from the 2008 movie Gran Torino has a 1972 Ford Gran Torino Sport. The car in the movie is one of 92,033 top of the line 72 Gran Torino Sport two-door fastbacks produced, and it is magnificent in 4Q dark green metallic.
Yeah, that's a good color on those cars too.
Yeah, yeah.
My dad had a Torino. His was it was later. It was like a 76 maybe. It was a four-door though.
Yeah?
It was nice. It sounded good. It had too many doors on it, but it sounded good.
What about yours? What's your favorite car movie?
You only had the one?
Yeah.
Okay. I went ahead and made a top 3 for each of these subjects.
I don't have top 3 for everything.
Okay. I got top 3 plus some on a couple, so.
Okay.
Let's start with Le Mans. Le Mans? However you want to say it. It's a French word.
Le Mans.
It's a Steve McQueen movie. It's a race. They
I've never
used
seen it.
real race cars in that on the real track during real races. So a lot of the racing you see in the movie is legitimate, real Le Mans racing.
Really? That's kind of cool.
A lot of the, like when you see a car, how do I want to describe this? When the camera's following a car or beside a car or whatever, they were shooting out of a Ford GT40 to get those shots. Like, one of the best race cars ever.
Ooh. Okay. Wait. So the Le Mans. Let me nerd this up a little bit. Is that the race that Tony Stark was in when the guy with the electronic whips slashed his car in half?
It's been a long time since I've seen that. I want to say that was some Grand Prix in Spain, if I remember right, but I'm not positive. It might have been Le Mans.
Okay, I think you're right. I don't really know the different racing car classes.
Yeah, it's especially European racing because it's a lot of racing on real streets. They don't do that shit here in the U.S., but it's, I don't know. Grand Prix racing is fun to watch. I prefer rally racing. There's the best wrecks in that shit.
What's that?
That's the ones where they're going down like country roads and through the woods, and it's a lot of times little tiny hatchback cars and shit, little Ford Focuses and Fiestas and shit.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. They're wearing the helmet. Well, they all wear helmets and roll cages, so never mind. I know what you're talking about, though. Herbie the Love Bug did it, right?
Yeah, I think that was a rally car.
Yeah.
My
right. Score
favorite
one,
race
Darby.
car, the original Audi Quattro Group B car, 5-cylinder turbocharged. I would give my left nut for one of those cars.
Yeah?
I'd give both my nuts for one of those cars. Let's be honest. That's a badass ride.
Okay. That seems steep, but okay. In fact, you might be able to get that. I don't know. How much do nuts go for?
There was one up at Ed Carroll is a Volkswagen Porsche Audi dealer here in Fort Collins, Colorado, and I got invited to their 50th anniversary party a couple years ago, and they had one sitting in the showroom there, and I was drooling all over it.
Slobbing it on its knob.
Nice. It was full on race spec, full cage, just a fucking driver's seat. It was awesome.
Nice. What else do you got?
Next one I have Gone in 60 Seconds, the Nick Cage version, because that's actually a remake.
Yeah, I did know that, and I was going to include that on my list, but it's nowhere on my list.
Number 1, American Graffiti.
So
have you seen that one? I know you were looking for it the other day.
You sent it to me, and I started watching it while I was in bed, and I fell asleep to it. Like, it did not hold my interest at all. Like, I didn't even get to the cars. Like, Ron Howard is in it. He stars in it, obviously. Or not obviously. Mm-hmm. I had no idea. Oh, and it was, who was the writer? Star Wars, I mean. Fuck.
Yeah, that was
Lucas.
I think that might have actually been George Lucas's very first film.
I looked it up. You're right. It is.
Yeah.
And
Harrison Ford's in it.
Is he? I didn't get to Harrison Ford.
Yeah. Oh, you didn't even make it that far?
No.
Harrison Ford has a badass Tri-5 Chevy in it,
Ah.
which you probably don't know what a Tri-5 is, do you?
Oh, no, I did. You taught me that a little while ago.
Did we? Okay.
56, 7, and 8?
55, 6, 7.
Oh, okay. All right. So, yeah.
When you think classic Chevy hot rod, it's probably a Tri-5.
Yes, I'm... Okay. I think about them often.
Honorable mention to Death Race. You seen that one?
No, I've never seen that. I've heard of it. I hear it's fun.
You ever play the Twisted Metal games back in the day?
Yes, I love those games.
It's like real life Twisted Metal.
That does sound fun.
Uh-huh. Jason Statham. What's not to like? Fucking Jason Statham and fast cars. It's always a good combination.
Right? Right? Yeah. Mm. So what's your favorite movie car?
I'm going to go number 3. The Nemo car, or the Nemo Mobile.
The what?
From League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
Oh, good choice.
Uh-huh.
Didn't even think about it.
That thing built on a Land Rover chassis. 22 feet long, 9 feet wide.
Wow.
That's a big fucking car.
Is that a car?
That's bigger than most full-size trucks today. Like, actually, yeah, that's absolutely bigger than anything short of like a crew cab long bed or some shit.
For sure. Wait, 9 feet wide, 20 feet long? Is that what you said?
22 feet long.
22 feet long? That's a fucking boat. That's not even a car.
It's actually drivable, too. Like, it runs under its own power and everything. It's not street legal, but it is drivable.
Cool. Do you want to go back and... Yeah. So I'll start. So I got 2 for this, and I'll start with my bottom one. And we're going to hear a lot of groans from Scott because Scott's the car snob. But so my favorite one is the newer Batmobile from Dark Knight 2008.
That's not a Batmobile.
Yeah, see? What did I say? I love it. It's tactical, it's good looking, it has all the gadgets that I want. You could totally survive an apocalypse in that car and go places.
I actually liked the new Batmobile better than that one. From Batman v Superman and all that.
Isn't that super similar?
It's similar, but it's more Batmobile shaped.
Yeah,
like,
I think it's like...
Batmobile's always been long and low.
Yeah.
The Tumbler wasn't a Batmobile.
Yeah, it's called a Tumbler, by the way. Oh, you know what? Let me go through some stats for it, though.
Yeah.
All right.
Because that thing's a real car, too.
Yeah,
it
yeah.
moves under its own power and everything.
Yeah. So
I saw episode of Jay Leno's Garage had it on there, too.
Oh, really? I've seen an episode or 2. I actually saw one of the like they had a couple for the movie. I saw one of them at the Children's Museum in Indianapolis, which is a great museum, by the way. But they had it there at one point, and it was pretty cool. Didn't get to sit in it.
Do they just have children on display there? What the fuck is a children's museum? Here's one from Kansas, and here's one from Quebec.
Yes. Yes, it's like it's less a children's museum than it is a children's zoo. Like they take all of the unwanted children from the world, pick the best ones, get rid of the rest of them, and then display them in their natural habitat and a Batmobile.
Do they have a nice variety? Like they got black ones and white ones and brown ones?
They do. They do. They're from all over the world. They've got cold ones and warm ones. Cold weather and cold and warm weather ones. They've got ocean ones and forest ones. They're awesome. It's quite a collection of children. They grow up to be kind of fucked up adults though. So, yeah.
Yeah, I would imagine growing up in a museum wouldn't be good for you.
On display? No. you turn out like Macaulay Culkin. So the technical specs for the Batmobile I'm talking about, the length is 15 feet, 9 feet wide. It is 2.5 tons. Its acceleration 0 to 60 in 5.6. Full speed.
That's pretty quick for something that weighs that much.
Really? Okay. It says under full acceleration, the car could actually rise up on its front suspension while the rear wheels stay planted on the ground, creating an effect like a giant spider. Its full speed is 160. The engine is a 5.7 liter GM engine capable of 500 horsepower. The jet engine and vector controls could jump up to 6 feet vertically. Holy shit. Really?
So somebody LS swapped the Batmobile.
What?
That means nothing.
No, I don't.
Somebody listening's laughing, though.
Okay. All right. The fuel, it's jet engine fuel. On the back of the car. Wait, the jet engine on the back of the car was fed by. Sorry, it's gasoline. It's not jet engine. My bad. So I'm going to say that again, actually. The fuel, the jet engine on the back of the car was fed by gasoline. The tires are super swamper tires, standing 44 inches tall. And then it's got all the bat stuff on it, too. Grenades and stealth mode and turrets and shit.
I wonder how much of that shit is functional.
Yeah, I didn't look into its actual functionality. Like, I don't think...
Like, I assume they're not real, but who the fuck knows? Crazier shit has happened in Hollywood.
Yeah. What about you?
My number 2, I'm going to guess, is your number 1. The DeLorean from Back to the
All right, I got specs for that one, too. You are right, sir. Ding, ding, fucking ding.
What are the specs on the DeLorean?
Searching.
Still searching.
Oh, I got it. I know I did. Oh, maybe I didn't.
Well, while you're looking for yours, the one in Back to the Future 3 isn't a real DeLorean.
It's not?
I don't know about the other two, but the one in Back to the Future 3 isn't. It's actually a Volkswagen sand buggy with a DeLorean shell set down on top of it.
Oh. Oh, wow. That sucks. Shit, where did I put it? Did I take it? I took screenshots of this shit, so...
You're not using your paper and pen this time?
I kind of am, but not for the technical shit, because my writing fucking sucks and I can't read it. And I didn't type this out because I don't have my full setup.
It's because you take notes in cursive. Who the fuck takes notes in cursive?
Your fucking mom does, and I actually mean that literally. She really does, because she's old enough.
She is old enough, but I don't know what the fuck she's taking notes
of. So, you know what? I will promise to this to the viewers. I'm going to post DeLorean specs that I thought I got online that I didn't actually get. So I'll find them and I'll post them.
Nothing but the best here.
Yeah. Quality info.
So my number 1 movie car is the real Batmobile from Batman and Batman Returns.
You know there was the Batmobile before that, right?
Yeah. Do you know what that one was built on?
No idea.
Here's a little nugget for you. That was a Lincoln Futura, is what the original Batmobile was built
you know what? I had heard that once. I didn't. I would, even still, I wouldn't be able to pull that off out of the top of my head. But I think that's pretty cool. And those are cool cars too.
If I remember right, the original one, the real one, was a one-of-one car. It was a concept car that they bought and modified.
Oh.
Originally, it had white pearl paint on it that was made out of real crushed pearls.
Damn, that sounds pretty Dixie, doesn't it?
That's baller as fuck.
Yeah. Damn.
You want to go favorite car from the future? Since we were just talking about the
Okay,
DeLorean?
yeah, and you know what? You picked mine. So I decided to do something else, and I think I got a good one. Do you want to go first, or you want to go?
Okay.
You want me to go?
I got 3. How many?
I have 1. Because one of mine is the same as
Go
yours.
ahead and I'll go 3, 2, and then you can go 1, and I'll go 1.
Sounds good.
Third favorite car from the future. The 3-wheeled car from Blade Runner 2049.
God damn it.
Was that really the one you fucking replaced?
Yes. So, yeah.
Yeah, so I picked that one because it looks like a real car. It looks like a Polaris slingshot in 20 years.
Yep.
30 years.
So I'm going to read what the thing I have for it then. The spinner
Yeah,
is
go for
the
it.
generic term for the fictional flying cars used in the film Blade Runner. A spinner can be driven as a ground-based vehicle, take off vertically, hover, and cruise using jet propulsion, much like the vertical takeoff and landing VTOL aircraft currently in use today. Oh, you know what? I thought of another one. So, um, yeah, I'll do another one after this. I don't have the specs for it because I just now thought of
Okay.
it. But go ahead. What's your
Okay.
second?
My number 2, I think, was your original number 1.
Yeah.
It's the red Lexus from Minority.
Beautiful piece of work there, right? Very nice.
Mm-hmm.
Did you get a?
Kind of teardrop shape. That was a good looking car.
Yeah. Wikipedia says the Lexus 2054 is a concept car designed by Harold Belker for the 2002 Steven Spielberg film Minority Report. The vehicle was shown being built at an automated factory in the film and later driven by the star Tom Cruise in several action sequences.
They had the fucking craziest roads in that movie too. Do you remember?
Yeah,
those?
they were all magnetic.
Like drive straight down buildings
Yeah.
and shit.
I dare you to pick the one I was gonna pick. I dare you.
You want to go or you want me to go?
I want you to go.
All right. My number 1 is the Audi from my
Ah, not that one.
It's like the R8 of the future.
I forgot about that one though. That is nice too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it looks like an R8 just in the future.
Yeah. Yeah, those are cool.
I like futuristic cars that you can see where they came from.
And you know what?
Like, I don't have any like fancy flying shit or anything. They're all like pretty normal looking cars.
Yeah. And like I've noticed that movies in the last 10 years who are trying to like picture the near future are doing that pretty well.
Because it's unrealistic to think that we'll have flying cars.
Right.
People can't drive on a 2-dimensional
Right.
road. I'm not gonna fucking trust them in a 3-dimensional airspace.
Did you know that the original inventor of the helicopter, not Leonardo da Vinci, the next guy who actually made them, he thought that those would replace cars.
And that's basically what they are. Like, if you want a flying car, that's a helicopter.
Yeah. But yeah, there's no way that the general public should it should be easy to get a driver's license or easy to get a helicopter license as it is to get a driver's license. Like, people would die everywhere.
Oh yeah.
So,
Like, the driver's test does not prepare you for actual driving.
no, it's really not. So my replacement for number 1 is, and I don't know what they are, but do you remember the new Total Recall with Jessica Biel and that brunette guy? I forget his name.
It seems like I saw it, but I don't remember.
Bryan
much of
Cranston
it.
is in it.
I like the original.
Oh, I love that movie. In fact, they're kind of different stories too. I like them both, but for different reasons. Because, like I said, they're not the same thing. But those cars are kind of like the Minority Report cars, but not only do they, they're magnetic, so they, stick to walls and shit, but they're also magnetic on top of the car, so the road is on top of them.
So they hang?
Yeah.
Huh. I'm going to have to rewatch that.
Yeah, there's one scene where he's trying to escape somebody, and he's hanging from the road, and, they're going 500 miles an hour or something, and he releases the magnet, and they drop, 100 feet or something, and he puts on the, right before they impact, he puts on the magnetic or whatever, something to, that allows him to hover, and he smashes another car under it without touching it. It's pretty cool. It's a good example of Newton's second law, I believe.
There's the educational part of this one. Little miniature physics lesson.
Yeah.
Via Total Recall.
Yeah. There you go. You get one.
Let's do best chase scenes.
Did we do best chase scenes? Oh, shit.
Did you not do best chase
I didn't do
scenes?
best chase scenes. I didn't see that note.
Oh. Well, I got 5 of those, so.
Then take it away.
Okay. So the chase scene in The Blues Brothers.
All right. Yeah. I think that's mostly the music, though.
The other chase scene in The Blues Brothers.
Okay, that totally counts as 2. Yeah, okay.
That movie has the best fucking pileup ever.
Isn't it like a 100-car
The second
pilot
chase scene.
or something?
Oh, it's fucking a shit ton of cop cars.
Yeah. I barely remember that.
And that's back in the day when all that shit was real. That wasn't CGI. Those were actual fucking cars crashing.
And people crashing with them. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's when stuntmen were men.
Yeah, absolutely. No, we're not going to fix it in post. We're going to fucking do it real.
I wonder how many takes it took.
I'm betting that was all one take. Because how the fuck do you reset from that?
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, yeah. Who directed that?
It would have had to have been. I don't know who directed Blues Brothers.
Was that Raimi, too? You know, he directed like everything.
The SNL guy?
No, Egon. Harold Raimi? Or Ramis? Or not Raimi. Raimi's the one who did Evil Dead. Harold. Fucking Egon from Ghostbusters. Harold Ramis.
Oh, okay,
Ramis.
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah. John Landis directed it.
Oh, yeah. Okay. He was another big one. Didn't he do Karate Kid?
Written by Dan Aykroyd and John Landis.
Okay. Yeah, and Dan Aykroyd. What else you got?
Blues Brothers. The Eleanor chase scene in Gone in 60 Seconds.
All right. Yep.
The GT500.
That's what's her name, right?
Eleanor.
Oh, Eleanor's a car.
Yeah.
That's right. Okay.
Obviously, you have to put Bullet on the best chase scene.
You
right?
obviously do.
Another Steve McQueen movie. That's Steve McQueen.
Like,
movie
I jack
number
off to that scene. I love it.
2. The best part about that is there's no music during it. It's all engine and tire noise. Like, there's no dramatic music smothering everything like in modern
I've never
movies.
seen that movie at all.
And then Police Story, which I'm betting most people probably haven't seen. It's an old Jackie
Really?
Chan movie.
I have. I love that. I love all Jackie Chan movies.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you remember the scene where they're driving down the hill through the fucking shantytown?
Not really.
Like, literally through the shantytown.
Not really. In addition to loving Jackie Chan movies, I also confuse them all.
Oh, they're all the same. Jackie Chan is probably a cop, and he's gonna do some badass shit.
Speaking of chase scenes with no music, which I thought was cool, and this one is the first one that actually popped in my head, and I remember getting that note. Is the Italian Job with Mark Wahlberg?
Ooh, yeah, that was another remake.
Yeah.
The Italian Job was originally done in like
Yeah, and that was that Bullet, the same guy. Who the fuck? Steve McQueen, right?
No, because it was originally a British film. I don't think McQueen.
Oh, really? I thought that was okay.
I can see the guy's face. I can't put a fucking name to it.
Eh.
Though.
Somebody knows. Chance knows.
Chance better know. This one's for him.
This one's for you, Chance. I love you, Chance.
Another car chase one is Mad Max Fury Road. That's an entire fucking movie of car chase.
Yeah, right. I don't know why I didn't think of that. That is, I love that movie. You know, I'm gonna watch that after this. I don't know why I didn't watch it.
What would you build your Mad Max mobile out of?
We're doing that one now? Yeah, okay. So, mine would be a 4Runner, built, modified, like the bus in Dawn of the Dead, with a harpoon turret.
Okay, that's a good one. Yeah.
What about yours?
PRD package on it, obviously.
Yep, sure,
Mhm.
yeah.
So the obvious answer is an MRAP.
Oh, that does make it on my list, by the way.
But I'll go beyond that because there's no way in hell I could get an MRAP.
Not yet.
Apocalypse. So I'm gonna go Subaru WRX.
Yeah.
Specifically the Bug-Eye hatchback because I like those.
How would you modify it?
Obviously put some lift on it, some tires on it. I would go like the Punisher from the Punisher movie with the slide down window covering shit.
Yep, that's that.
That way,
yep.
when you need to, you can still see out of it, but you can drop those things down for protection when you need to.
Mm-hmm.
Honorable mention to the Subaru Baja though, because I've always kind of wanted one of those for some dumb reason.
I know what
They're
those are.
absolutely pointless.
That would,
They're the itty bitty pickup thing.
yeah. The Baja,
They're fucking pointless, but I like them for some reason.
the Baja would fit your flame guitar player better too.
Yeah, it would. I could put a hell of a stack of speakers in the back end of that thing, I bet.
Yep. That was an imitation of guitars.
Ford Bronco would also make my short list. Mostly just
See?
because those are badass.
That's the ultimate killer car. Fuck yeah. A white one from what, 94? Is that right? 93?
One of the square body ones?
Yeah. That's a good choice. The number one car for murderers.
And with that one, if it's a Mad Max situation, like there's an EMP that new cars don't work, you go old enough, those are carbureted too.
Yeah.
A 302 or 351 with a carburetor on top of it, they should run forever.
Yeah. Well, and if there was such an apocalypse, there would definitely be a worldwide EMP that would, at one point in the past, that would have destroyed it.
Yeah, whether it's from a solar flare or a nuclear detonation.
Yeah.
EMPs are very fucking possible.
Electronics are pretty durable, but they're also fragile in a way.
Mm-hmm. And if a fucking EMP hit, we'd all be fucked. Like, people would die from lack of medication and shit instantly. Not instantly, but quickly.
I would be...
And then just the fucking fallout, the societal fallout from that too.
I mean, I would die alone because my phone would stop working and I wouldn't be able to use my GPS to find my way out of this building.
Yeah, that's the downside of moving every couple months, huh? You never know where the fuck you're at.
Yeah, you're right. Sometimes the map, your head map sticks, but sometimes it doesn't. Like, I know Colorado pretty well. I know Kansas pretty well, at least Salina pretty well. But like Wisconsin and New Jersey, nah.
Yeah. So, what would your clone car list consist of?
I wrote that down. Oh,
Let me preface this with clone cars. These are cars that look like the ones in the movie, but don't function like the ones in the movie. For example, if you build a DeLorean clone from Back to the Future, it would not actually be a time machine. It would just look like it.
Wrong, because what the fuck is that thing? Oh yeah, okay. No, because all DeLoreans.
I know what you're trying to say.
Yes, because all DeLoreans are equipped with a flux capacitor and only needs 1.21 gigawatts to travel back in time at 88 miles per hour. There's your fucking stats, mofro. Mic drop. I said mic drop because I'm not going to drop this mic because I fucking bought it.
I think it's O'Reilly's has a part number that goes to a flux capacitor, but it's always sold out.
Yeah.
Here's a little worthless piece of knowledge for you. They had to change the speedometer in the DeLorean
Oh, really?
so that it would go up to 88 miles an hour.
It doesn't?
Initially, those cars only had an 85 mile an hour speedometer on them.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Nice little piece of knowledge there. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
1.21
So
gigawatts!
what are your...
I just had to quote him, sorry.
Do you know why he says it that way? 1.21 gigawatts? Whatever
He
it is.
says gigawatts, but it's gigawatts.
Gigawatts.
Yeah. No, why?
Yeah, he says 1.21 gigawatts.
Why? How?
He didn't know how to say that word, and somebody else just looked at it and goes, "Oh yeah, that's gigawatts."
I didn't know that.
And he just took their word for it, and that's what it's in the movie.
At 88 miles an hour, we go back to the future.
Where we're going, we don't need roads.
Christopher Lloyd is my spirit animal. Love Christopher Lloyd.
Christopher Lloyd's amazing. He is underutilized. There needs to be more fucking Christopher Lloyd in this
He's
movie.
like the modern day Harold Ramis, but like not modern day because they're like probably the same, born in the same year.
So back on topic here.
Clone
What's
car.
your,
Dude,
Yeah.
dude, it's the new Batmobile, the Tumbler. Barf.
Did you do a 3 or did you just do a 1?
I just did one because I don't know.
Because you're not a car nerd.
I'm not.
Yeah.
But what about you?
So my number 3 then is the 49 Mercury from Greece, the black one with the flames on
Jesus
it.
fucking Christ. My daughter just discovered Grease. Oh. Oh.
There are worse musicals to watch.
Sure, I guess.
I mean, that one's at least got racing in it.
Yeah, and yeah. I don't have enough. I can't say enough nice things about Grease. Yay, Grease. Grease is awesome.
My number 2, this one's a little curveball here. The Creeper truck from Jeepers Creepers.
You've mentioned that one before. Why do you want that one?
I fucking love that truck for some reason. I like old 1930s, 1940s cab over trucks.
They are fun to. I do like those too. And in fact, I've been in a few, so.
And that thing is just fucking sinister looking.
It is.
You can look at that even just completely out of context and go, "Oh, nothing good."
And there's Scott driving it.
Number 1, the Thunderbird from The Crow. I have a soft spot for Thunderbird.
I love the Crow.
A couple of them.
I can't think of the Thunderbird for the Crow. Oh,
That's the one that T-Bird drives, hence his name. It's a 73 Thunderbird with a blower hanging out of the hood and, like, neons underglow.
so
It's
is that?
beautiful. I want one.
I'm picturing it next to the image of the crow, the burning crow outline. Is that in that scene?
No, that burning crow outline happens right after it drives off the end of the dock and explodes.
Okay, and it lights that something. They're related somehow.
No, after when he sticks T-Bird in the Thunderbird, duct tapes him in and everything, shoves his foot down the accelerator, puts it in gear,
Thank you. Yeah.
and it drives off. He's got a bomb in between
Yeah.
his legs, and it blows up when he hits the end
Yeah.
of the pier. And then he comes back and lights the
I
car.
remember now perfectly. Thank you. Yes, you're right. I do like that car. I would
Yeah.
drive that around.
I fucking want that car. So I've wanted that car since the very first time I saw it.
R.I.P. Brandon Lee.
Like, yeah, burgundy, black Landau top, blower out the hood, underglow. It's a sexy car.
If Brandon Lee were alive today, I imagine he'd be yelling at a lot of servers and like sexually assaulting a lot of interns.
Why?
He just seems douchey that way. And he was Bruce Lee's son. Like, so I'm sure he was entitled. And you know what? He could get away with it.
As disciplined as Bruce Lee was, I bet Brandon Lee was very disciplined too.
He died as a boy, though. Or Bruce died when he was a boy. Like, he didn't learn from him, really.
Huh?
Brandon Lee was like five or
Well, yeah, he'd have been pretty young when.
yeah,
Bruce
like
Lee
5
died.
or 6. Like, he wouldn't have learned life lessons from him.
No, but he's got that legacy to live up to.
True.
You got to remember they're Chinese and they're all about that shit.
Well, maybe. But I do believe that had he raised him, he definitely would have had that discipline. Total speculation, but I don't know. Brandon Lee just fucking struck me as a douche.
He's a dead douche. Not your problem anymore.
You're right. Never really was.
No.
Anyway,
So we got 2 more subjects left here. Favorite cars that we've owned and a dream garage.
no, we've already done the favorite cars that we owned.
Oh, no, I did favorite car that I rented.
Oh. Yeah, that's the same for me.
Okay, well. My top 2
Oh,
were my...
wait,
I had a 89
we have the
Thunderbird Super Coupe.
Well, hold on a second. We also have the no spending limit one too.
Yeah, the dream garage.
Oh, because
Yeah.
I have 4 of those.
Oh, okay. That'll work. I got 3 of them. I could easily do a dozen of them, but I narrowed it down to 3.
Okay.
So favorite cars that I've owned was a 89 Thunderbird Super Coupe. Black, low, fast, sexy.
Yeah. Really? When did you own that? I've never seen a picture of that or
was
anything.
when I was still living in Ohio.
Oh, okay. I think you've shown me pictures of your cars.
If you go through my profile picture on Facebook, a couple back. I had that as my profile picture a couple years ago.
Okay, yeah, I'll have to find that Scott Shackelford profile. That'll be interesting to look at.
It was a sexy car. And fast, and supercharger wine, and all the good stuff. Cackles, pops. It was good.
Did you? That sounds like breakfast cereal. What?
Yeah, it crackled and popped out the tailpipes. It didn't have any cats on it. I found that out after I bought it. It wouldn't pass emissions in Ohio.
You know it got away with that.
It sat too low to get my head down underneath of it to look at the exhaust to see if it had cats on it. And if you've ever opened the hood up on one, there's a lot of shit stuffed in there and you can't see anything. So I had no idea it had cats. It didn't have cats, rather. I took it in for an emissions test, and they come out and they're like, "Hey, could you open up the hood on this?" And I'm like, "Yeah, okay." Fucking, I thought they wanted to look at the supercharger and shit. And they're like down on their belly and shit with flashlights and everything. They're like, "Yeah, this thing doesn't have any cats on it." So I guess it just like blew their fucking meters off the charts or some shit. And they're like, "What the fuck is wrong with this thing?"
Yeah.
It was a fun car. And then the brakes went out. And I couldn't fix them. Primitive ABS. It was a pain in the ass. On the flip side of that one, though, was I had a 65 Chevy C10 that my dad and I had hot rodded. Non-powered manual brakes, drum brakes all the way around. So that one, it would stop eventually. Where the Super Coupe just didn't stop at all. Yeah, that was a fun truck. I ran that one to a lot of car shows.
That was a truck?
Mm-hmm.
I thought
65 Chevy
I thought
truck.
a coupe was a car.
I'm talking about two different vehicles.
Yeah, you are. Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's an 89 Ford Thunderbird Super
Okay.
Coupe and a 65 Chevy C10.
Ah.
It was technically a C15. It was a long bed.
Ah. Yeah. Those are pretty.
That was fun. That was a going truck, not a stopping truck.
So,
Dream
Garage.
Let's hear the non-car guy's Dream Garage.
So
first.
I'll just go all four of mine, because I don't really have
go for it.
much to say about them. But so, in no particular order, I'll start with a Wrangler. You want to be able to, go in crevices and shit.
Jeep Wrangler?
Yeah, Jeep Wrangler. For its
Oh, you got to fucking dream bigger than that.
I get there. And then a Tesla pickup. They only have one kind, so you can look that up. But they're cool.
Yeah, that one's not even out yet.
No, it's not.
From what I've read, that if it has the towing capacity and load capacity as a regular truck, that thing's going to be a badass. They're talking like 500-mile range on that.
I know. Yeah, I read a little bit about it. I think they're awesome.
There's another company making electric trucks now too. I think Ford's trying to team up with them.
Oh, really? Good. I think that's great. We should.
And Ford has the best-selling truck in the world, so if they team up with an electric company making an electric version, it makes sense that would dominate the electric truck market too.
Sorry, Elon. So my next one would be a Maybach. Anything in the S class.
Okay, all right, you're getting there.
Yeah.
Maybachs are nice.
I used to work at this hoity-toity restaurant, and this I forget his name. He's some celebrity lawyer, lots of money. He used to drive up in one of these, and it's the one that he had, and I think all the S class has them. It's got all the gauges and dials and everything in the back, so you can monitor your driver as you're being driven around. It's very fucking cool.
Yeah, I think they still do that too.
Yeah. And then
Yeah, the S classes are nice. The Maybachs are just one more notch nicer.
yeah. So my ultimate dream car, you've mentioned this before, is an MRAP.
Ooh, yeah, that's twice that one's come up on the list then too.
Yeah.
Yeah, those things are badass.
I tried to look up specs on them. It was pretty hard to find them. I didn't find any.
For just a daily driver, I think I would rather have a Unimog than an MRAP, honestly. Do you know what a Unimog is?
I don't.
It's a Mercedes military truck.
Oh,
They'll pretty much go anywhere you fucking point them.
I think I know what
If
you're
you
talking
get good
about.
enough tires on them, they'll climb a fucking tree, I bet.
Yeah. I think I've seen them.
Yeah, they're badass. They make them truck style and van style, and there's even ambulance ones, and they're badass.
Yeah,
but it's like
Mercedes.
the best off-roader in the world.
Uh, Mercedes produced all like European military vehicles, didn't they? At least at one point.
I know they do a lot of them. I don't know if they do all of them. I assume there's a couple different companies, but Mercedes is one of the oldest car companies in the world, so
I think they
they've
do
done
the
a little bit of everything.
French police cars or like
The
Swiss
French,
police cars.
I think, use Renaults.
I know I've seen Mercedes on some sort of European police car.
Probably. Yeah. Seems like the Germans use BMWs.
Yeah, why wouldn't they?
Yeah. Anyways, my
Yours.
3-car dream garage. Sharkworks Porsche Cayenne, Porsche Cayman. Goddamn. Sharkworks Porsche Cayman GT4. Specifically in Nardo Gray. Those are sexy cars, and that's the fastest of the best. So
Didn't you say Nardo in the last one too? Last
I may
episode?
have.
What the fuck
I
is
really
Nardo?
like Nardo Gray. Nardo
What is-
Gray is like, it's almost primer gray with a clear coat. It's a good looking gray.
Like gunmetal?
Not as blue or as dark as gunmetal.
Okay.
What could I compare it to? I don't know. It's literally like primer gray with a clear coat.
So like a U.S. submarine with a clear coat.
Similar. Yeah, like battleship gray with a clear coat.
Okay. All right. I gotcha.
Yeah, that. Yeah. Next up, a C7 Audi RS6R.
I think
Did
you
you
showed me.
understand any of that?
I know what an Audi is. Yeah. Yeah. It's when your belly button sticks out.
Yeah, that's what it is. And he's in Audis. Also, I want that in Nardo Gray. That's a Porsche Audi color, so that's
Just,
cool.
just so you know, all of my cars would be the same color. All my dream cars. So I think you should. Well, I don't know what you should do, but you're allowed to have them all the same color too. All of my colors would either be black or army green, flat or matte. I mean,
Yeah, matte OD green. Yeah.
yeah.
No, my German stuff goes gray, and my American stuff tends to go black.
Okay.
The RS6R is a modified RS6. They start out with like 550 horsepower.
Jesus.
The R versions have like 750 horsepower.
Jesus.
It's a 5-passenger station wagon that'll outrun Lamborghinis.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. It's really like the perfect daily driver.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
could throw the whole family in there, dog in a picnic basket in the back end, and fucking go driving to the snow.
Like right
To
now.
the race strip. Yeah. Number 1 on my dream garage, 1965 Lincoln Continental. Hardtop with the suicide doors.
I know Ooh. Okay, I know exactly what that is.
Mm-hmm. Black on black, air ride, chrome Daytons. That'd be the shit.
Yeah.
I want to dump the airbags and have it clunk. Like, I want to set down on the chassis.
Yeah.
That's a fucking gangster car right there.
They are very nice.
So yeah,
But they're not the kind. They're not the type that you would drive
more
yourself.
ambitious than yours is.
Yeah, probably. They had a lot more words too, or abbreviations really. I forget what the fuck I was going to say. Oh yeah, your last one. That doesn't seem like the car that you would drive yourself. That would be the type of car that you get driven in, though. Yeah.
No, the Continental. I drive that shit myself.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you still like driving?
Not as much since I moved to Colorado. There's so much fucking traffic here. Like, I haven't just gone for a Sunday afternoon drive in a couple years now. 'Cause there's
No.
so many goddamn people.
I used to go up in the mountains all the time when I was there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, when I had my Audi, I'd go up there because it would corner well enough that it was fun.
Mm-hmm.
The Lincoln, not so much. I was
No,
up there
I would
around
imagine.
Horsetooth a couple years ago, just ripping around the mountains, and I caught up with some guy on a bike, and he'd get me in the straights. He'd pull on me, and I'd catch him in the corners because I could brake later and corner harder than he could.
Uh-huh.
And we were just fucking around with each other for like 20, 30 minutes. Just ripping around the mountains, and finally he got to a point where he was turning left and I was turning right, and gave each other the wave and went on about our day.
Yeah. That's one thing about the Colorado lifestyle is everybody kind of gets it.
And you get shit like that, like motorcycles and car guys and shit. Up there in the mountains, windy roads. We're all up there for the same shit. We're up there to have fun and try not to fall off a mountain.
Yeah. Get stoned and look at the pretty.
I don't smoke while I drive.
Of course you don't.
Especially when I'm up in the mountains.
Yeah. Me either.
No, I get way too distracted if I try to drive stoned.
Even still, you're a more prolific smoker now,
No, I still don't like to smoke and drive, though.
which is very safe. Here at Higher Minds,
For
we
me,
promote
at least,
safety.
when I smoke, I'm doing it to relax. Like, I'm not one of those guys that smoke from the time I get up to the time I go to bed. I wait till I get home from work or whatever. And
Yeah, those guys are nuts. How do those guys do it?
I don't know. I've said it before, but you're like the stoner version of a high-functioning alcoholic.
Yeah. I can get my shit done when I'm stoned.
I like to research stoned and shit, but like, I don't know. People smoke at work, and I don't like it. Not for me.
You don't like that they smoke, or you don't like to smoke?
No, I don't join in with them often.
Okay.
Maybe once a week I'll have a smoke with them, like on lunch break or whatever, but it's not for me. Like I said, I like to keep work and play separate. So I get home from work, and that's when I smoke.
Yeah. So I'm not going to divulge exactly, what I do, but there's a few of the people that do what I do that I've met up in different places in the country, and we've getting together and smoke at work. Or not at work, but, at lunch and shit. So, mostly not, though. Most people, I would say, don't get stoned.
I'm the only one. Well, I work in the cannabis industry, but I'm the only one that doesn't smoke during the day, on breaks and on lunch regularly.
That's got to be really odd. Well, no. Well, no, I'm sure it's still odd, but I think I met somebody at NA that also wasn't a very big smoker and didn't smoke with everybody else there either.
We have one of the head growers at one of our locations doesn't smoke at all.
That's fucking weird. That's like a tattoo artist that doesn't have tattoos. Like,
right?
How can they speak
Side
intelligently?
note, never get tattooed by an artist that doesn't have tattoos himself.
Yeah, yeah.
But no, he came from like a nursery background. He's been working with plants his whole life, I guess.
Oh.
But got into the cannabis industry because there's more money in that than there is in growing flowers, I guess.
I'd imagine.
But he was saying every once in a while he'll eat like a brownie or a gummy or whatever, but for the most part he doesn't fuck with it. He just grows it.
Cool. Well, good for him. That's awesome.
Yeah. Sure. Spend all that time making something and not even try it.
Yeah, I don't get it, but different strokes.
Yeah.
So, Chance, this was a great topic. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I got to nerd out on some car shit.
And I got to listen to him nerd out on some car shit.
Yeah, this was definitely a one-sided conversation. I'm a much bigger car guy than you are.
For sure. So, yeah.
I was just thinking, I don't even know if I could fucking name every car I've owned over the years. Like, I've owned a ton of them. For a while, I was flipping them on Craigslist. I'd drive something for a couple months and trade it off for something else. I'd get bored with it.
Oh, really? That's cool.
What?
I said, oh, really? That's cool. I've never really, I don't know. I know that that's an option. I just never really thought about it.
Yeah, I did it with mud trucks for a while. I went through probably 3 or 4 mud trucks over the course of, 3 or 4 years.
So my neighbor back in Ohio, speaking of, well, I don't know why the fuck that reminded me of it, but so he was showing me his hobby, and what he does is he makes racing lawnmowers, like with like actual car parts and shit. And he goes and races them like on this. There's this local lawnmower racing league that he's a part of, and he goes around and races.
My dad knows a guy. I think he hunts with him or something. And his son is into lawnmower racing. And this is years ago. I was still living in Ohio. So this was probably 5-6 years ago. I had heard that this guy's son was working on putting a Chevy Cavalier engine on a riding mower.
I had a Chevy Cavalier.
Yeah, now make that just the engine with a couple tires.
Yeah. That
A
seems...
Cavalier isn't fast, but a Cavalier with no weight would be a fucking monster.
Yeah. I don't even know how you would do that. I don't know how that would look. That seems... You know what that kind of reminds me of? The Volksrad that you like.
Oh, yeah, I fucking love Volkswagens. I'd love to get an old VW Bug and fuck it up. Chop it and rip the fenders off of it and lower it and shit.
Yeah, that sounds fun.
Yeah, that'd be a good time.
Would you do that yourself, or would you farm it out?
A lot of the body work and shit I could probably do myself. I'm decent at body work. I'm not the best at engine work. When my dad and I built that 65 Chevy, he did a lot of the mechanical shit when I did a lot of the body shit, and it worked out nice.
Cool.
Like, I could do basic shit, but I'm better at metalworking and shit like that.
Awesome.
Yeah, Volkswagen would be fun.
It would be.
And they're simple enough. It's a little 4-cylinder boxer engine. Like, I used to work with a Volkswagen guy, and I guess it's like 4 bolts, and you can drop that engine out of the car. It's like a 2-man job, easy. But I don't have a garage and shit anymore, so that's not really an option immediately.
Is your roommate a car girl?
No, she doesn't even have a driver's license.
Convenient.
Yeah. No, we work together, so I give her a lift in the morning and the evening, and
Yeah, that's
she Ubers and lifts everywhere else she wants to go.
awesome.
Yeah.
So, thank you for the suggestion. Thank you for the conversation, Scott. If I wanted to re-listen to this conversation, where would I do that?
You have your end recorded, and I'm going to send you my end, so you could probably just do it from your laptop.
Yep, I absolutely could.
People who aren't the two of us, though, could do that on, we're on iTunes and Stitcher and SoundCloud and YouTube and...
I kind of think we're everywhere now. Like...
Yeah, I think so. We should be just about anywhere. Whatever you're listening to us on currently, just keep on listening to us on that platform.
Yes.
That's the easiest way to go about that, I think.
And our numbers keep on growing. We're getting pretty, if not triple digits, close to it every week, which isn't the most listens, but it's steadily growing, and we really appreciate it. Thank you very much, everybody, for listening.
And that alien episode fucking blew up for some reason, too.
It did. We got, I don't know where it is now, but the last time I looked, we had like 3.2 thousand.
Mm-hmm.
So thank you very much for that.
Which doesn't sound a lot to like a lot to a lot of podcasts, but
It's a lot to us.
it's a lot for us.
Yeah. Yeah, especially for our 38th for only doing 38 episodes. This would be 38.
This is number 38?
Yeah.
Yeah, we've been doing this going on a year now, here in a couple months.
Yeah, it would be.
We're probably about 9 months in.
I mean, episode
8-9 months.
something like that. Yeah, episode 52 would be our 1 year anniversary.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, because we've done one each week, and if we haven't done, we've missed 1 week, but you did a clip episode, which was very good, by the way.
Oh yeah, I forgot about the clip episode. That was when you were moving to Wisconsin for like
4
2
fucking
hours.
days. Yeah. God damn it, that fucking pissed me off. Anyway, so if you want to talk to Scott or I, you can reach us on Facebook, Twitter. No, you can't reach us on. You can't reach us on Twitter.
No, you can't reach us on Twitter.
On Instagram and at Gmail. Well, at Gmail, yes, but HigherMindsPodcast at gmail.com.
HigherMindsPodcast at gmail.com.
Yes,
So yeah, that about wraps it up.
it does. That's
I had fun.
all.
You probably didn't
Yeah.
have as much fun as I did, but I had fun.
No. I always like bullshitting with you. It's always fun. But
Talk about shit that you don't know.
Yeah. It was an education. Kind of. I totally retained all of that.
Yeah. What color is Nardo Gray?
It's like a greenish yellow, right?
Yes, absolutely. This has been the Higher Minds Podcast.
It has been.
I'm Scott.
I'm Papa Darby.
Deuces, everybody.
Deuces.